The first time I set foot at the D.school was because a friend of mine was in a class here and said, come test my prototype. They had built a model of a Nordstrom changing room. I immediately felt like I needed to also take a class where you got to play like they did. I'm a director of research at the New York Times. That means that I try to understand the people who read, listen to, watch our news and make sure that we deliver it to them in a way that makes sense and is easy to find and enjoyable. When I came to Stanford, I was very much someone who thought in big systems and at a big scale, and I was very interested in sustainability. And in my first d.school class, it was about sustainability, but we approached it from the lens of a couple of people. And I realized that there was such joy and richness in that small scale data that I'd never really used before. So one of the things that you learn at the D.school is to test your assumptions. Oftentimes, when we think of prototypes, at least I thought that it was about validating that your solution is the right thing. But at the D.school, essentially what you learn is the value of being wrong, and you use testing to get to the point of being wrong early. And I think that is the principle that is most important for me to bring into the work I do at the New York Times. It's also the one that's hardest to bring into the work that I do at the New York Times, because the people I work with, they didn't get to their positions of success as journalists by failing a lot. They got there by succeeding. And then I come and say, hey, we actually need to try to fail a bunch of times before we get to success. One of the things we did every single d.school class that I took was leave the building. We had to go out into the world and observe people. It was often in the observations of their actual behaviors that we uncovered some novel insights. And that is the kind of mindset and method that I try to bring a lot to my work at the Times, where rather than only relying on asking people questions, I do a ton of observational research. By watching them get stuck, mess up, feel frustrated, feel delighted, we understand what's, valuable and working, but also what needs to be fixed. Some advice I would give to a student thinking about a design education is to just try it. You may have a million reasons for why you don't think this is for you, but you will never know until you do it. Most people who think they're not creative just haven't found their outlet for their creativity yet. And in design school, you get to try all kinds of ways to make, and I'm sure there's going to be one that sticks for you.